right, Janusz, let's go to the next one. And Augie, you jump. Jude Bellingham, the absolute star of Real Madrid right now, and England, of course. We'll have to wait and see what happens at the Euros. But Janusz, by January 1st, 2025, will the English star be a Ballon d'Or winner?
He could be. I mentioned Kylian Mbappe. That's what I was talking about. There's going to be a fight between the two because I suspect that both England and France will do well. Will be fighting for the European Championship, I suppose. But we don't know what's going to happen with Kylian Mbappe, as we've mentioned. What Jude Bellingham is doing is absolutely incredible. You almost have to look beyond the numbers, right? I mean, they're super impressive. He's got like 17 goals, 5 assists. But I think it seems to me that he's making everybody around him better. Everybody has forgotten about Karim Benzema. There may be doubts about the likes of Kylian Mbappe if there's a need, because you look at what Rodrigo is doing. By the way, they're all making each other better, but I think Jude Bellingham has been that surprise that kind of got everybody else going. So if you look at Vinny, who's been good in limited time as well, Rodrigo, even somebody like Joselu, when he comes into the lineup's got recently scored a number of goals. I think he's got 5. So it's exceptional for a player at the age of 20 to go to a story club like Real Madrid and walk in as if he owned the place. And so he's obviously strong enough for it, not just in what he does on the pitch, but his mentality, his character, it's absolutely incredible. So if Jude Bellingham wins Ballon d'Or, I don't think any of us will be surprised, and it will certainly be, if he keeps doing this, well deserved.
We're already getting the comments in, Augie, by the way. Here's one, and it might be Jules Lorenz, but it says, stop this whole Bellingham Ballon d'Or stuff. Mbappe is winning it. France will win the Euros. Let me ask you about that in relation to the question, will Bellingham be a Ballon d'Or winner by January 1st, 2025? But most importantly, do you think that the Euros, whoever wins that, essentially determines the Ballon d'Or?
I hope not. It could do, but I mean, listen, I know Lionel Messi's your guy, LME, but for me, he shouldn't have won the Ballon d'Or last year. It was based on something that happened a long time ago. His domestic performances for PSG were terrible. And Mbappe, at the moment, for PSG, is not really tearing up trees in an average league. He's not really doing it in the Champions League this season. So it really shouldn't boil down to what happens in an international tournament when my view is that international football is way inferior to the club games, certainly the Champions League level. So it should be based on which players are performing at the best in the top 5 leagues and also in the Champions League. So for me, that you're looking at maybe Bellingham, obviously, great candidate. Harry Kane, Bayern Munich could win the Champions League this season. He's been amazing at Bayern Munich. And he could win the Euros with England too. And, who's to say he's not more important to England than Jude Bellingham? I think you have to chuck in Erling Haaland. Norway haven't qualified. But like I say, Argentina won the World Cup. They had a comfortable route to the final, shall we say? And Messi, I know why Messi won it, but I just don't know what the criteria is anymore for the Ballon d'Or. So I think it could be anybody. But I think if you base it on performing at the highest level in the biggest competitions, Bellingham's got a chance. But Bellingham, Kane, Haaland, maybe even Rodri. Let's look at midfielders that do the jobs that it's not. Why does it always have to be a goal scorer? So to answer your question about Bellingham, it's a maybe for me because there's so many candidates, but I hope it's not Mbappe based on 1 month in the Euros.
No,
Euros be massive though. No, one day. I mean, because the chances are that Bellingham. Real Madrid will win La Liga, and you couldn't be shocked if they won the Champions League as well, right? So that's going to shade it his way for as long as England does relatively well, I suppose. But if I think if Mbappe has a tournament like he had in Argentina, remember that he did score a hat-trick in the final. If they were to win it, people will remember that, even though that's not the criteria. But as we all know it, you've mentioned with Messi, it's important. So I think for Mbappe to win it, he has to win the Euros, in my opinions. Other than that, he won't be in the conversation. The only 2 people we're going to be talking about, maybe Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham.
All right, I want firm answers, gents. So yes or no, will Jude Bellingham be a Ballon d'Or winner January 1st, 2025? Janusz?
I'm going to go yes, because we've been so negative. We've been saying no on just about everything. So I'm going to go yes.
All right, yes from Janusz. Augie, yes or no?
Why can't I stick with maybe? Why's it got to be yes or no?
Because
No,
I will turn off your camera if you say maybe. No. Okay. So
I'm going to say Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're not only just saying no, you're saying Harry Kane to win it. Okay. I like it.
We should jump right, because we're talking about Harry Kane. We should jump right into him, because I have a feeling that Augie's right.
Let's move on and return to Hazard. Let's go to Harry Kane. Obviously, one of the most prolific strikers in the game. Arguably will go down as one of the best England, if not the best England has ever produced, but still without a major title. Mark Ogden, by January 1st, 2025. Will Harry Kane finally have either, or maybe both, a Bundesliga and a Champions League title?
Well, when he went to Bayern Munich, everyone thought he was just basically guaranteeing himself medals, but he hasn't won one yet. And, you know, Bayer Leverkusen are just shocking everybody in Germany. I think that the way things are right now, I know that the nickname is Bayer Leverkusen because they never seem to pull it off, but I don't know. I think this time might be the year. So I don't think he'll win the Bundesliga. And I think, obviously, Man City, the favourites in the Champions League. So, you know, he might miss out of the Champions League as well. But I do think he might win the Euros. And I think if you ask Harry Kane now, despite being a very pro-club man for Tottenham and Bayern Munich, I think he said, would you want to be picking one trophy to win this year with the Euros? So I think by the end of the year, by the start of next year, he will have lifted a trophy. And it could be the one that he's desperate to win most of all, the Euros.
He may be cursed. I don't know. I mean, I hope so. He deserves it. I don't think he's going to win the Euros. Sorry, Mark. But we do have a subject about that, about their manager. But we'll get to it. I don't think he'll win that. Yeah, Leverkusen, Xabi Alonso doing a great job. I think, look, I hope he does. I think he will, because he deserves it. What he does is incredible. I mean, look at 25 goals and 8 assists. I don't know if there's a more consistent striker in the last decade in Europe. I mean, yeah, you can bring Messi and Ronaldo and all that, but given the fact that he was at Spurs, where it was always going to be difficult what he did for them, always sort of question God only knows what, because Harry Kane for me is one of those strikers that would make any club in the world better. He would make any club in the world. And if he was bought by anybody, be it Real Madrid, Barcelona, Chelsea, whoever you want to name it, he would make them better immediately. So he's doing that already, as I've mentioned, in terms of those goals, 25 and 8 assists in 21 games. That's absolutely crazy for me, how easily he's fit in there. So yes, he will win the trophy, because I absolutely want him to do it, so we never have to talk about it again.
You know, when he went to Bayern, there are always these questions. But did he have the mindset to leave Tottenham, where he was in a comfort zone? He was the best player and he could do whatever he wanted to go to a big club, and he's done that. And I think what he's proven in the last 6 months, I think he's a better striker than Erling Haaland. I think he's a more complete package. I know Haaland scores lots of goals, but I think when Haaland doesn't have an input in the game, he doesn't do anything. Harry Kane will drop deep, find a pass, inspire. I just think Kane's a better forward, and I think if he was in the City team, he'd probably score as many goals as Erling Haaland. So I think for me, Harry Kane is the best centre forward in the world right now, better than Erling Haaland.
And you have him winning a
trophy,
the Euros, right? You have him winning the trophy, the Euros. And Janusz, you have Harry Kane winning a trophy as well by January 1st, 2025. But it's not the Euros. Is it the Bundesliga or the Champions League?
Bundesliga.
Okay, the Bundesliga. So yes from both gents. Harry Kane will have a trophy, a major trophy, by 2025.